We've got another horror classic we're about to take and do a reaction to. This go around, we'll be looking at Halloween, the original one, not the reboot or anything like that. I've never watched any of the Halloween movies, so, you know, in keeping with the fact we've seen A Nightmare Before Christmas, we've seen the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I figure for Halloween, might as well finish it off with the movie Halloween. That being said, let's go on ahead and get into it, shall we? I hate that like I didn't realize this is where that noise, that music comes from. I hate this. Like, I hate this music. It's so overused, I think, is what it is. People put it in so many clips and stuff. I just, ugh. Or at least a variation of this that they take and use for, you know, tense moments and stuff like that whenever they're trying to make a point in videos these days. Ah, Jamie Lee Curtis. See, an hour 34 minute movie. We're gonna have probably about 5 minutes of credits. It seems like we're gonna have 5 minutes of intro too. So we're gonna take and get what? About an hour and 15 minutes worth of a movie? Alright, cool. Haddonfield, Illinois. 1963, the era, you know, part of the era of peace and love, man. I love how it has kind of that, because it's kind of that left to right motion. It's almost like somebody with a personal video recorder or something like that. So you got that first person kind of point of view type deal going on here. Oh, got some Bow Chicka Wow Wow about to go on. Anybody have dogs in their yards or nothing back in the day? Like, is the house just open? Are you serious? I mean, this wasn't the 60s. You could kind of leave your house open, so. Oh. How convenient. Just right there. First drawer. Ooh, fancy. It's not a need no extra help neither, because she's humming. There's not no nothing like that. So, you know. Doesn't sound like nobody's landscaping. So that's a great thing about movies back in the day, especially horror movies. They all showed skin, just about. And she got a nice boobies. Big old boobies are covered with blood now. How dare they? He ruined the breasticles. And her life. There's that too, but you know, whatever. Save the tatas.
Michael?
He's just a kid. Back then they still had mental institutes. Send his ass off. Because they didn't send kids that small to prison. I'm not even sure they sent kids that small to jail. They had special homes. That's wholly unexpected. Right, you see somebody grabbed a knife and, you know, put on a mask. Like, it didn't look like there's any smaller point of view or nothing like that. So the fact that it's this child, what? Excuse me? I like the way, though, at least here at the beginning, we've had that lead up with, like, the first person view, and we actually seen everything from his point of view. The pretty breast, and the unfortunate stabbings and bloodying of the breast, and killing of the girl. So was that his sister? Because they're like, you know, Michael. So is that his parents? Is that his house? Not quite sure, but all right. So I like the approach, at least at the beginning, the first bit of this, compared to the other movies that we've watched thus far. Oh, so we've jumped ahead from 63 to 78. It's a 15-year jump. Okay.
You ever done anything like this before?
Only minimum security.
Minimum security? Oh, hospital. All right.
The only thing that ever bothers me is their gibberish.
Must be a psych ward.
When they start raving.
Spoken word in 15 years.
So the minute somebody says you have nothing to worry about, you need to start worrying, because that's when it goes sideways.
Later.
Don't you think we could refer to it as him?
If you say so. Here we are.
Hadn't talked in 15 years. Is it homicidal? Like, clinically?
We could put...
Go on, move.
Something ain't right. I mean, to be that worried, there's definitely something not right.
Stop here.
on up to the hospital and...
Wait.
So, tell me this ain't gonna take it in well for the doctor. Now you just break out that window and yank you out that side. Cut y'all up. Oh! Well! It's quite the strength to open palm it like that. Why would you get out? Now you're stuck with all the crazies. Just so far, the setup on this, at least, you know, we get that 15-year jump, and now he's escaped from the mental institute or the mental hospital, stolen the nurse's vehicle. So now this is hanging over. And now it's an unsuspecting town, his unsuspecting hometown. Okay. I mean, it seems like the authorities would have been alerted at this point, so maybe the family knows, hey, he's out. So they know to look for him, possibly, but apparently not, because she's walking just like to school.
Don't forget to drop the key off at the Myers place.
I won't.
They're coming by to look at the house.
Uh-oh. I mean, is she going? I mean, I guess she'd be going to school, right? That's a young behind Jamie Lee Curtis, so I don't think I've seen her younger in any other movies, right? Said introducing, so.
I'm same place.
Can we make jack-o'-lanterns? Sure. Can we watch the monster movies?
Sure.
How come you're walking to school this way?
My dad asked me to.
This looks like peak Suburbia right here. At least, you know, it's the early days of Suburbia. I say peak, early days of Suburbia. Very nice manicured lawns. No need for an HOA. Oh, that house is...
You're not supposed to go up there.
Yes, I am.
There you go. Leave the key. Get the hell out of there. Make sure he can find... Oh, he's already found his way in. Okay.
Go up there.
Bye.
Bye.
Just the two of us.
What the... Oh, that breathing's gonna give me a panic attack. Like, that sounds just... It sounds claustrophobic. The breathing somehow sounds claustrophobic.
I'm not responsible, Sam.
Oh, no.
I told them how dangerous he was.
Nobody listened.
There's nothing else I can do.
You could get back in there and get back on that telephone. Tell them exactly who.
Wait, y'all haven't let anybody know yet? What the hell? Okay, so I'm just gonna say this: that breathing that he was doing as he's watching her walk, it sounded like it was through a respirator, but the sound of the way it sounds claustrophobic, because that's what I've always felt like anytime I put a respirator on. I don't feel like I can breathe, and I feel like I'm gonna have a panic attack, and that's exactly what that breathing made me feel like. Right? Oh my God, I hate that. Oh, even now I'm like, whoa, shit. I cannot stand that. So that's, for me, that's a, bro. Like, build in the tension and stuff. Some other, like, that's not copacetic. Like, that's not copacetic. That I don't like that sound effect whatsoever. Like, it shows too much more of him taking and doing that kind of breathing. I'm liable to have a panic attack straight up. I just, shit makes my skin crawl. I hate respirators, and that's exactly what that sound reminds me of. Having to wear a respirator because you're painting, or there's fumes that you don't need to be breathing in, like, or having a fireman's mask on, trying to take and practice fighting a fire on a ship, or actually putting a fire out in training. Like, that's, man.
You see, fate
caught up with.
She is, how, she had to be like early 20s for this movie.
So, the idea is
Oh, that's creepy.
the person has to do
How do you not tell somebody?
differ from that of the costume.
I'd be done said something to somebody.
Whereas Samuels felt that, well, fate was like a natural element, like earth, air, fire, and water.
We got philosophy going on here.
In Samuel's
Oh, he's gone. That's okay. It's disconcerting. Could you imagine seeing something like that? Like, why? I'd be like, hey, look, there's a creep outside. Somebody go check. Maybe some security or something. Well, schools back then didn't have any security. I mean, hell, back then high schoolers had guns in the gun racks. Of course, I don't know the hunting seasons there, but I know here we had, even in the 90s, we had guns in the gun racks.
Leave me alone. He's gonna get you. He's gonna get you. Don't you know what happens on Halloween? Yeah, we get candy. Boogeyman.
Kick them motherfuckers. Oh, no. Dickheads. Well, I can't stand a bully. This movie builds in a whole different level of suspense and tension than the other movies I've reacted to so far. Completely different. And that breathing just makes me want to just, oh, that's panic inducing. That kid that clueless. And nobody's alerted anybody still. That's what's just absolutely fascinating to me.
You've got to believe me, officer. He is coming to Haddonfield because I know him.
Well, he tried warning him. Of course, typical horror movie logic. Nobody's gonna listen. There's maybe somebody out. Oh yeah, it's like they might have multiple patients that are gone. No, garage. It's the jumper that he's wearing. Well, I guess it's a good thing he didn't investigate any further. You run across a dead body.
Look at all the books you have. You need a shopping cart to get home. And the dance is at 8. I'll be totally wiped out.
I don't think you have enough to do tomorrow.
Totally.
Hey, Linda, Lori, why didn't you wait for me? We did.
So they got to be close to seniors in high school.
Into the boys' locker room.
Hey, isn't that Devon Graham?
Uh-oh.
You take a joke?
Oh, good. It's driving away. Just what you want.
Honey, someday you're gonna get us all into deep trouble.
I hate a guy.
Bro, that music. The music, like. So, I've heard that music in so many different clips on YouTube and in shorts and everything like that, right? And it's always just like, man, it's just so annoying. I get why it's used, though. Like, for this, it's like it builds so much tension and apprehension into these scenes.
I'm babysitting the Doyles. It's only 3 houses down. We can keep each other company.
Oh, we're so mad. Here.
So typical teenage girls, 2 of them doing babysitting for money, which doesn't seem like nobody does babysitting anymore.
Another
Saving treats for Bob.
Funny. See ya. Bye.
Bye.
Why would you continue walking towards him? Oh no, that's not creepy whatsoever.
Where?
Behind the bush.
Subtle, isn't he?
Bro, why would you go? No, don't do that. Like, what's wrong with you?
Hey, creep. He wants to talk to you.
She's completely perplexed, and rightfully so, because nobody's there. He made a quick getaway.
Scared another one away.
What is sarcasm's just dripping from her?
See you later.
Bye.
Bye. Trick or treat. Trick or treat.
Oh, okay. Makes sense. It's a little bit early for that, though, ain't it? It's not even dark out. And there's a window open. You close the window. Close the windows. Definitely close the windows. Or she gonna be feeling like she going crazy. There and then not. Like, that's all sorts of just uncool.
Hello? Hello? Who is this? Hello?
Why'd you hang up on me?
Annie? Was that you? I already lost it.
Doubt that. Listen, my mother's letting me use her car. I'll pick you up.
Thought you was babysitting. You was talking to that kid. How is it that she looks young and yet she looks old at the same time? Like, I don't know if I've seen any actor or actress that looks young and old all at the same time. Like, she looked like she's... Maybe it's just because she looks so serious. I don't know. She looked like she could be 18 or she looked like she'd be 28. Who knows? This is building in... Like, it's got the creep factor in a couple different ways. Just the way he's there and then he's not. He's there and he's not. He's hiding behind bushes. Like, yeah, this is building tension and anxiousness in an entirely different way. There's the music, so he's somewhere close by. Normally you look both ways before you cross the street, not before you sit down. I imagine going trick-or-treating back then was a whole lot safer than probably what it is in some places these days. You got to definitely keep a closer eye out than what you really had. You know, you got to keep an eye out nowadays, whereas you used to, you didn't have to keep as close of an eye out. I mean, if you lived in a neighborhood like that, you could probably let the kids go door to door by themselves if you wanted, without fear of much of anything, because everybody probably knew everybody and everything of that nature.
Yeah, Judith Myers. And then he proceeded...
Where are we?
Huh? Oh, it's right over here.
Whose grave is it?
Oh, I know. Judith Myers.
I'll say, his father there still alive? Oh, they're smoking some pot.
Mr. Riddle is 87. He can still watch. It's probably all he can do.
I fear the Reaper.
6 straight hours of horror movies. Little Lindsay Wallace won't know what hit her.
And you have somebody behind you.
Laura, stop coughing. What's the matter with you? Just be natural. There.
Yeah, as if they're not going to be able to take and smell it as you roll down the window.
All they took was some Halloween mask, rope, and a couple of knives. Who do you think it was?
Sheriff. Pardon me, I'm Loomis, Dr. Sam Loomis.
There he is, right there, at the crossroads.
What's the matter with you? I think he knew. I'm sure he could smell it. No, he didn't.
She's paranoid. I mean, he's 5'0", so I get it. But, you know, if he cared, he probably would have said something, because he definitely smelled it as soon as that window was rolled down. Unless it's bunk. Just, you know, just that dirt weed.
Is go up to somebody and say, you want to go to the dance? I'd rather go with Ben Tramer. Ben Tramer. Ben Tramer.
How do you not notice somebody tailing you? That's something I'd like. If I see a car behind me for too damn long and make the same turns, I start getting suspicious of my damn self. There's no way in hell you wouldn't be able to take and look back. I mean, they're talking and they are females, and you know they don't have the best record of driving, but you know, whatever. So, I mean, at least on that token, that's kind of understandable, right? But still, kind of, at some point you figured you'd look back there. Got to take and get that pumpkin. Oh, she got a pumpkin. Like she had a harder time with the pumpkin earlier. Did they shrink it en route? Honey, I shrunk the pumpkin. For whatever reason, it's about to piss me off. Just, it's not as pronounced as it was earlier, but it's still got that quality of like a respirator. Nobody notices the guy in the weird mask? Well, he is hiding behind a tree. So, you know, for somebody that was in a mental institute, he doesn't seem all that mental, if you ask me. He seems like he's pretty well put together mentally, at least. You know, he knows to hide.
Does anybody live here?
Well, not since 1963 when it happened. Every kid in Haddonfield thinks this place is haunted.
Oh, and you can get in. See, that'd be a warning flag number 1. See, nowadays, you got an abandoned house like that, and you're going to have crack pipes, needles, and satanic symbols all over the place.
Could have been a skunk.
Could have.
Man wouldn't do that.
This isn't a man.
Yes, they're going to underestimate the danger that he poses. All hell's about to break loose, I'm guessing.
It happened in here. She was sitting right here. Standing on the lawn. He could have seen inside.
Stop that! God dang it! I hate jump scare stuff. Just, that was a cheap one, because it's unexpected as hell, and it's not even in the nature of anything creepy happening.
I ain't scared.
Yes. Yeah, I spent 8 years trying to reach him, and then another 7 trying to keep him locked up. Been here once tonight. I think he'll come back. I'm gonna wait for him.
How now, cried Arthur. Let no one pass this way without a fight. Tarantula man?
Lori,
There's nothing wrong with
what's
comic
the
books.
boogeyman?
Hi, Annie, what are you doing?
Having fun? Never mind, I'm sure you are.
Oh, that dog
Lindsay!
senses something. The dog senses evil, though.
I hate that dog. I just talked with Ben Tramer, and he got real excited when I told him how attractive you were.
Oh, you're going to make her die of embarrassment. You taking do that to a girl. Uh-oh.
Oh, I'm so embarrassed. I couldn't even
Boogeyman is
face him.
outside. Lori's out there.
Tommy, there's nobody outside. Go watch TV. It's just Tommy.
He said somebody was out there. You've been seeing the dude. You might want to listen to the kids. See, this is what gets people in trouble. They just don't listen.
Well, it won't hurt you to go out with him, for God's sake.
All right, so you got to see panties. No boobies, but there's panties. Yeah, he's kind of clumsy, ain't he? I mean, you don't make noise. You're trying to peep on people. No, don't look like it. Taking the forever nap. Classic horror. Okay. Never seen that either, but I know about it.
What about the boogeyman?
There's no such thing. Tommy, Halloween night, it's when people play tricks on each other. It's all make-believe. The boogeyman can only come out on Halloween night, right?
Right.
Well, I'm here tonight. I'm not about to let anything happen.
You asked the wrong question of the kid. What did he look like? The boogeyman. How tall was he? Was he wearing any, what was he wearing? Those sorts of things. So, I mean, all he was really was a silhouette almost, but. If the light's not cut, no.
Guess not.
The music and the sound effects on this might be the best out of any of the horror or any of the movies in the horror genre we've watched thus far. Just the way it builds, like it's so appropriate, and it adds such a layer of tension to the scenes. I think better than the other movies. I think Long Legs is close, but.
Here. Lindsay, I'm in the laundry room. The door won't open.
That kid ain't gonna hear you. She watching TV. What is wrong with you? You should know that by now. She vegetating. Look at that kid just.
Oh, Lindsay, get the phone. It's Paul.
Look behind you.
Hi, Lindsay. This is Paul. Is Annie there?
Just washing her clothes.
Look, just tell her it's me, okay?
Annie, Paul called!
Ow!
Now promise me you won't tell anybody about this.
She gonna tell everybody. What you talking about? She a little kid. But I say that, and the temperament and the mindset of kids back then is not quite what it is these days. These days they'd have had the phone out, video recording that stuff. Back then they might have half listened to you.
She'll be right here.
Oh, never mind. She just told.
My parents are gone.
Oh, that's fabulous. Walk over.
You come and pick me up.
Well, I can't come now. My clothes are in the wash. Well, if I can fix it so you can watch TV with Tommy Doyle, would you like that?
Yeah.
Well, come with me.
She ain't got nothing but a shirt on. And an overcoat. Like, okay. This mug is the best hider ever in every sense of the word.
I spilled butter all over my clothes. They're in the wash. I got stuck in the laundry room.
I'll tell you something. I'd like you to...
I'm on my way to pick up Paul.
Wait a minute.
If you watch her, I'll consider. Listen, I'll call you in an hour or so, okay?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Bye.
Such a different time back then. I mean, that's one of the things I'm definitely... Granted, some things never change. Teenagers, teenage boys and girls are going to take and want to find a way to, do the hanky-panky and stuff like that. But like I said, nowadays, I can't even tell you the last time nowadays, if you ask somebody to take and watch your kids, it's going to be, a lot of times it's going to be a family member, or it's going to be somebody that's older, in their 20s or 30s, that are taking and doing the babysitting for like $200, $300 for the night, right? Back then, man, it's such a different, like even whenever I was growing up, you don't hear I don't hear very many stories of people leaving their 15, 16-year-old kid, or letting their 15, 16-year-old kid take and babysit somebody that's 7 or 8, or even an 18-year-old, unless they're in church. They're taking a babysit for somebody in the church. I think you just don't see stuff like that. Even like taking the Search the Dewan ads, I don't ever take and see stuff like for babysitter needed, like it used to. And if they do, they want references, like a list of them. So I mean, it's such a different time. Such a different time. Just taking and seeing that. This movie right here, right, the setup for this with the kid taking and killing, I guess that was a sister at the beginning of the movie. I'm going to venture a guess. 15 years later, returns back to his hometown. Jamie Lee Curtis's character is doing his babysitting and stuff. It's like she might be a senior in high school. They're talking about taking and going to a dance or whatever. I'm guessing something like a fall formal. And you got this fellow lurking in the background, right? And he's got this mechanic jumpsuit on. He's got this weird white mask. So, but the music and especially the sound effects between I can't make the sound. I'm not a sound effects person, but you know what I'm saying. Like it just, like the way it builds stuff, and it's got, or the little tinkles like up underneath of the piano keys. Sometimes it's a little bit louder, and it kind of adds a different sort of tension to the scene. And sometimes it's that high sharpness, but it's very fast, and it's like I think that this next to Long Legs might be the best with the sound effects and music so far.
Give you all. No key.
Is there not a back door to the house? You gotta take and keep going around to the front door.
No longer so. Oh, really
She ain't got a care in the world, and now it's unlocked. So it went from being locked to unlocked, and you don't pay attention to that? Oh yeah, that was going to draw some attention. If you're going to kill her, you might want to kill her. Oh, there we go. That was quick. Nobody going to hear the horn honking?
Attention, Captain to crew.
Really?
Lindsay!
Oh yeah, he's going to kill him.
Tommy, stop it! Now there's nobody out there. There's no boogeyman, and if you don't stop all this, I'm gonna have to turn off the TV.
Your friend over there dead, and you don't know it. The kid seen it. You know, kid seen him carrying her. I mean, that's as close to a boogeyman as you can get.
I'm not afraid. Bull. I'm not. Then go in.
Hey, Lonnie, get your ass away from there.
Yeah. Nothing's going on except kids playing pranks, trick-or-treating. It's gonna take more than fancy talk to keep me up all night crawling around these bushes.
I watched him. Death has come to your little town, Sheriff. You can either ignore it or you can help.
You're telling me they're lined up for a slaughterhouse?
They could be.
I don't think he really had much choice in the matter. I mean, it's rainy. I mean, there's a couple patients out, which means quite a few got their, quite a few of them must have done the staff in or something.
So we're gonna do, first we go inside, right? Then we'll just talk a little, and then Annie will distract Lindsay. That's when we go upstairs.
Put me down! Put me down! It is totally dark. Hey, Annie! Annie! We're here!
Wonder where they went.
For a note.
Let's don't.
And he's still in the house. He's still in the house. We didn't see him exit, right? So I'm going to assume he's still in the house. I mean, they want to do the bow chicka wow wow, so no reason for them to be looking around. It's quiet. House is dark. Of course, scary noises.
Why don't we watch the rest of the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's probably just thinking that she hadn't got back from getting home dude yet. Then they're doing the bow chicka wow wow, and homegirl done been knifed, murderized.
Hey, is Annie around?
No, I thought she'd be home by now. She went to pick up Paul. Have her call me when she gets home, though. I have Lindsay here, and I want to know what time to put her to bed.
Okay. Lindsay is gone for the night.
Hey, now that's what.
Oh Lord, there you go. That's free reign right there.
Well, I can't. What if it's the Wallaces? Get Annie in trouble, you know.
Yeah.
Go get me a beer.
I thought you were gonna get me one.
Yeah.
Annie?
Bro, that freaking breathing sound is a... Oh yeah, he's got that strength. If you know what I'm talking about, you know. If you know, you know. He got that kind of strength. Oh, there's two of them. He's gonna leave them hanging. Oh. How many knives did he bring? Not that he really needs them at this point. I mean, just picked him up like he's a rag doll. And the way he's just, like he's a dog. Like, oh, look at this.
Cute, Bob. Real cute. See anything you like?
Well, I'm gonna call Lori. I want to know where Paul and Annie are. This is going nowhere.
Hello? Hello? Annie, are you all right? Are you fooling around again? I'll kill you if this is a joke.
Annie?
I say, do not go down there, please, for the love of God. Call the 5-0.
Sleep tight, kids.
Well, she about to make a white girl decision, ain't she? She about to take and go check. Lord have mercy, don't do that. You're gonna die. You seized the car, now you need to figure out where he's at, right? Yes, sir. Do not go out there. Don't do it. Oh, she got the keys to the house. Oh, don't do that. You gonna leave the door unlocked? Now he got a way in. Like, what's wrong with you? Come on. Alright, so where's that doctor at? Because that car was parked kind of close to where they're at, so. Get your behind away from there.
Linda?
You're walking into your death. They all dead. And there you go, back doors you can wander right in. That should give you alarm bells in and of itself. Lock yourself in. Just what you need. The fact that nobody has called, you know, she hasn't called the police. Back doors ajar. It seemed like you would just leave out of there. Whatever. I mean, granted, it's from a different time. So, you know, people left their doors unlocked and stuff like that without much chance of somebody killing them. But at the same point in time, you've been seeing this weird looking man with a mask on last day or so. Be a little bit cautious.
Heads, joke's over. Most definitely stop being funny now. Cut it out.
What are you gonna do? Give him a good stern talking to? If they don't look like you'll be able to take and do a whole lot else. Just saying, it's not like you got weapons or, I mean, unless you slap somebody. What you got? Nobody knows how to flip on a light switch? Like, that's the other question. Why has she not turned on? I'd have turned on every light in the house. Nobody's answering. Hear a creepy noise upstairs. Turn on the lights. Just flip them. You're not paying for the power bill. That's all I'm saying. Woo! Jesus Christ. Just scared the shit out of me. Get out of there. What are you doing? Run. Downstairs, dumbass. Downstairs. There's 3 dead people. Get out the house. Uh-oh, you in trouble now. He missed. That's the first time he's missed. Better get up and go, girl. And all of a sudden, there's a rake up again. Okay. Every horror movie, you start running away, you fall.
Hello! Hello, help me!
Nobody takes notice of this. Nobody wants to offer any kind of help. Yeah, you better get your butt back in there and close and lock that door for sure.
Tommy, it's me!
He is asleep, homegirl, whenever you left there.
Tommy, get upstairs. What is it? Tommy, get upstairs. Get Lindsay, lock the bedroom door. Do as I say!
Oh, yeah. Of course. He wasn't fast. He didn't walk fast enough to catch it, but he walked fast enough to take and knock out the, Bro, he's always, like, there's always something ajar. How? Oh. Oh, yeah, that's going to leave a mark. Girl, get out of there. What are you doing? Oh, he left his knife. Okay. Called, well, I would say called a 5-0, but the phone line been cut, so you can't do that. What are you doing?
I found the car. He's here.
Where?
He's 3 blocks down. You go around the back of the houses.
You might want to go back out there and start calling for help again. That's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna take a little walk.
Was it the boogeyman? I'm scared.
There's nothing to be scared of. Get in there, come on, Tommy.
But that stuff is so flimsy, you better take and get right through that. Better stop with the whining bull crap. He's gonna hear you. Well, he punched right through the other door. He gonna get right through that. Oh, you is. Oh, you start like shut. Oh. Oh! Alright, get out of there and get help. What are you doing? Get out of there and get help. What are you doing? Ah! What are you... Get out of there! You gonna walk right over him? I'd be stabbing him again. Just to be on the safe side. What the hell? Why would you do that?
I want you to go down the stairs and out the front door. And I want you to go down the street to the Mackenzie's house.
Oh yeah, you're in trouble. Get up, move, move. Girl, you better move. Better move. Sure he did. Bro, if that ain't enough to take him out. I don't know how many Halloween movies are there. So apparently he's not been taken out, but that should take a normal person out.
What's the boogeyman?
As a matter of fact, it was.
I mean, it's about the closest thing you're going to... Yeah, that's... What the hell? So, he... Not only is he shot multiple times, he falls off a second-story balcony, and he's no longer laying down there. All right, so this one I actually liked quite a bit. This was just, I like the way they built the tension in this, and they'd use sound effects and music, right? Mainly the music part. I say music, it is sound effects too, but just that the piano thing. Like, I cannot replicate sounds to save my life, but the one that they take and use and all the meme type stuff and everything like that, anytime there's something halfway spooky or anything of that nature, that along with some of the other sound effects that are used, especially the ones where it's just very light, and then it takes and kind of, you get that lightness up underneath that larger sound. Like, it builds a sense of tension. It builds a sense of apprehension and anxiety, because that means he's there somewhere, right? And also the sound effect of him breathing very much give me a claustrophobic feel, just because it reminds me, like I said, of the respirator. But even that, though, just the breathing sound in itself, you don't, a lot of times you hear it before you see him. So it's another way of having him, along with the other sound effects, looming before you actually see him. I like this one. I do, because it's starting off with this kid that kills Halloween night. You know, I'm guessing, like I said, I guess it's his sister, and it's Myers. So Michael, you know, they said Michael. So Michael Myers, that's character, of course. So he kills his sister, and he's young. He's very young, 15 years, and apparently a mental hospital. Back then, they actually had hospitals for the criminally insane. So I'm guessing it was something similar to that. So he spends 15 years there, and on a rainy night makes his escape, steals the station wagon that the nurse has, and or the nurse and the doctor are in, and it drives back to his hometown. Now, I like the fact that they've got Jamie Lee Curtis's character, Lori. She's sitting, she's going about her day as if she's completely clueless. Now she sees signs of him here and there. Her and her friends, typical girl type talk, boys like stuff of that nature. Going to have fun this evening and babysitting and things of that nature. And he makes an appearance a couple times, just kind of lurking, right? Just kind of lurking, which is kind of odd. It seems like he can go back to his house, but instead he goes in to other folks. But that's neither here nor there. That's the one thing that I don't understand why that happened, other than maybe he's just evil. Which, okay. But the fact of the matter being that, they all go through their day. He's kind of just creepily here, there, just around, right? You just see him here, you see him here, see him there, but he's not so much. He's just, again, looms over, and it's finally on. Later that night, and Annie goes to take and get Paul, and of course he's waiting there in the back seat of the car. Thought he was going to strangle her. Thought he was going to one hand choke her out, but slashes and then goes inside. Kills the two that are inside after they, the scrumdiddlyumptious was done. And then, of course, her, being curious, she goes over there and she almost gets it too. And follows her back over there. And luckily the doctor, of course, he'd been waiting at Michael's home the whole evening. Finally decides to take and go look, sees the car, and hears the kids as they take and run out the house. Takes and shoots him. What gets me is the fact that he falls like he's been shot multiple times. He's been stabbed. He's been poked in the eye. Got a wound in the neck that should have been spurting blood, but no. And he falls off this second story balcony and then gone. So he definitely got that. He definitely got that strength. Got that strength. That retard strength, as they call it. So. Is there something more? Is there something supernatural? Yeah, no, maybe. It's just he's a freak of nature, I think. So this isn't really so much a scary movie, but they've built in tension. They build in tension and anxiety very well through the use of the sound effects and making sure that you see him here and there. He's not in every scene, but he's in enough in the lead up to the killings. And then him chasing and going after Jamie Lee Curtis, that it gives this sense of tension that's only heightened once the culmination of everything is happening, right? Once everything reaches critical mass and he's doing the killings, and by the time she walks in there and she sees Annie in the bed with Judith Meyer's headstone, and then she sees Home Dude taking swing down. That jump scare justified at that point because the tension has been built so much at this point that it's only natural. I think this is very well done. I like this one a lot. I can see the reason why it's so popular at this time of year. I think this right here. I've seen a lot of the Jason movies. I've seen the very first movie that had Jason. I think this is better than that. At least the origin story for Halloween is better than the origin movie of Jason, in my opinion. Now, him and Freddy are like, I think the one for Freddy is a little bit. I think it's a better overall story, maybe. I don't know. I mean, this is close. If this is your favorite movie for month of October, I can understand the reason why. I completely freaking get it. So, I enjoyed this. I hope y'all enjoyed this as well. Y'all be good. Each other. Love yourselves. Peace.